Okay, so same as the light warg orcs, the heavy warg orcs, they're wrapped together. They got crushed in shipping. So we're seeing similar to what we saw in the light. So like a Ziploc bag, and then 2 pinwheels of wargs. So it doesn't appear that the wargs. It appears that the wargs have more armor, a little bit more. So there's some neck armor on the heavies, and the individual that's armored more on each pinwheel has more armor than the light. But there still are some, completely unarmored ones as well. And then the orcs themselves, which obviously we talked about, I'm going to make them goblins in for D&D. Large wolf riding goblins. They have looks like heavier armor, a little bit thicker than the light ones, the light individuals. Those are some different head patterns, helmets. So let's look at them against this guy's. Oh, some of them are backwards. Let's look at them against a WizKids goblin. So not that much. The head size is what does it. But these could be nomadic goblins or whatever like that. They do have more of an orc-shaped head. If you look, here we'll get you. So if you look at an orc, they've got that orc-shaped head. I don't know. The WizKids goblins have a little bit of a exaggerated head. Now let's look at the heaviest one up against our biggest dog. Biggest normal riding dog. They're a little bit bigger, and I think with the goblins on top of them too, as opposed to having like a halfling or a gnome on one of these, you'll have a little bit to play with. Let's take a look against a man size. So you can see that's coming up to there, and then coming up to looks like about chest height on a regular size 20mm man size figurine. All in all, pretty good buy. You're gonna want to clean these well. You see those kind of some shiny surfaces and stuff like that. You want to clean them real well, and then I'm gonna prime them with rattle can gray primer to start, or maybe brown. I'm not sure. So a little bit of shaving down with the razor, and obviously cutting them loose, cutting them off of the pinwheels, shaving those parts down with the razor, but also there's some little seam areas, just some little telltale things. I think that it would behoove the process to shave down with a razor. So I noticed this one too. So if you got one with looks like a spike coming out of it, like a spiked integral lance, for lowering the head and running into somebody. So 24, so for $30, and we'll just kind of do the full finish this off. You get the light warg orcs, you get the heavy warg orcs, you get some differences between them, and it would probably, I don't think I'm going to lay 24 down on a table against a party, except for in like an open warfare kind of situation. But I could see mixing light and heavy, couple here, couple there. Or maybe just having them, a little section of light, where there's no armor, the lighter figurines and stuff like that earlier, and then as they progress through the goblin lands, or the convoy or the caravans going, wherever they're guarding, they run into maybe a heavier, where we're using these heavier armored ones. But we'll see. It's a lot of painting. I'm not gonna speed paint them or I'd like to do a good job on each one, kind of make them as distinct as possible, but also kind of follow a set color scheme. We'll see how that turns out, and I'll keep you guys posted. I appreciate your time, gentlemen, and stay tuned for more wargs or giant wolves and goblins. Now I guess that's their their mode of service. They're no longer orcs in 1/72nd scale. They're goblins in 1/56th. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate your time.